Hello guys, Casper TSCFIT here. Today I'm going to show you a chest isolation exercise. How do you isolate your muscle? Well, if you only use one muscle, you can control it. When more muscles get involved, you can't control it no longer because it's all the muscles together that's going to move the weight and lift the weight. That means you're using more than one muscle. Okay? So to focus on one muscle, first we're going to think of what is the function and what is the purpose of the muscle. Our chest muscles are made for us to run on all fours. So the top part of our chest is an impact hitting the ground, moving, taking off. So our back pulls, our shoulder pulls down, and our chest is a suspension for impact. Because as you know, we all crawl on all fours when as babies. All animals on this earth that actually lifts itself off the ground, that is not an insect, but has blood, some kind of another form of blood, cold or hot-blooded. As soon as you lift yourself off the ground because of gravity, you need a suspension system for impact. We have our butt cheeks for walking, and animals on all fours have their chest and butt cheeks because they use this on all fours. But we are made the same way, because the DNA is all the same for all the animals because of gravity. We are all technically the same. We got two suspension systems. Suspension system for the back part of our body and a suspension system for the front part of our body, or upper part of our body. That's our arms. So because man stood up and started walking around, we forgot with time, especially the last 200 years when fitness, bodybuilding and the industry has evolved, we're using the same techniques or system that was put in place in the 1800s when fad writers came up with the circus. They saw the strongman, they saw all these things, and then it was a fad back in the 1800s, so they started writing all these books about exercises and how to do it. Here's the problem: when these books were written, that turned into gospel. And everybody ever since Sandow, beginning of the 1900s, all workout machines, everything that's been created since that time has been anatomically incorrect to what our body actually does. Because all muscles has a function and a purpose. There's not two muscles performing the same job. There's not. Every muscle has one function, one purpose. And if it's an active muscle, it's the one that moves the weight. And if it's a support muscle, it's the one that holds on to the active part so it can function without falling apart. So our arms is support for our chest and back. Meaning when we grab something and lock our arm up and move our shoulders back and forth, regardless if it's forward, it's for chest, if it's backwards, it's for the back. Now we're isolating the back, but when you start moving all these other muscles and all these other exercises, you're losing control, you're losing weight, and you're losing tension on that muscle you want to train. So let's focus, let's get back to the original basics that goes back hundreds of thousands of millions of years. When the DNA was created, back to the dinosaurs, back then, there's a suspension system on everybody, including birds. Everybody has a suspension system because of impact. So we have to train for impact. How do we do that? Well, we assimilate the movements of impact. And now, technically, I'm crawling. If you turn this camera over, I'm going to be on all fours. So now I'm going to simulate running, bringing my shoulders back over the bench, pressing forward, contracting my abs, stability muscles. I'm not doing abs, I'm doing stability muscles. Arms stable, shoulders move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Upper chest, because when you reach, our shoulders is in a 45 degrees, our front delts. So it's for reaching for the ground, impact, and pulling back, running, legs take over, arms, legs, arms. And if we do this movement with our shoulders, we are simulating all fours movements. And guess what? No tension on my shoulder joints, no tension on anything, but it's full control and isolation. So, chest, regardless if it's press or if it's flies, the shoulders go either straight back for the press or in a circular motion backwards till the shoulder blades touch. My elbows are still in the front of my shoulders. Tension is on the shoulders. Now it's on my Now it's on my shoulder joint. Now it's on my chest. And then push.